Hey, now at 4, the National FFA Convention is in town. They are just getting started right now. Behind me, lots of blue and gold everywhere you look. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking live with one member about what this whole event means to her.
And we've got some damp weather right now across parts of the state. When this will move out and your updated Halloween forecast ahead.
Colts are getting ready for a trip to Pittsburgh against the Steelers. How's the team feeling? Good, I would imagine. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Good afternoon. We hope you're feeling good at 4 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
Yes, I'm Felicia Lawrence. We appreciate you watching 13 News at 4. And within the last hour, we just learned some new details on this upcoming special session for state lawmakers.
That's right. It will not start on Monday after all. You'll remember the governor announced a November 3rd start date, but we have heard from the House Speaker this afternoon and then Senate Republicans who are saying it now likely won't even take place next week, but sometime after that. Governor Braun has called the special session to redraw the state's congressional maps and pass tax reforms. Now, it's worth noting here that in the last special session a couple years ago, back in 2022, the legislature didn't convene for a few weeks after the initial date the governor had announced. So this is not unheard of, but they do have a 40-day window to get it done. We'll, of course, continue to follow it, bring you the latest as we hear of it.
Indianapolis is welcoming tens of thousands of visitors today for one of the biggest conventions of the year. High school students from around the country are here for the National FFA Convention.
You're going to notice those blue jackets all over downtown. This is the 98th year for the National Convention and the 16th year it's been held in Indiana. And that's where we find our Jenna Webster live this afternoon, where things are about to kick off inside Lucas Oil Stadium. Hey, Jenna.
Hey guys, yeah, I feel like tens of thousands of students is kind of an understatement. This is around 71,000 students that are here. They are all gathered down below me at Lucas Oil Stadium right now for this whole kickoff ceremony. We're up here, so it's a little bit quieter, so you can actually hear us. I actually have one of the FFA members joining us. This is Lauren. You're actually from Lebanon, right here in our hometown. So tell me a little bit about what this FFA convention and being an FFA means to you.
So FFA, I am a first-generation FFA member within my family, which is an amazing honor, and I'm so excited for this opportunity and the time I've been able to stand within the organization. I've also encouraged my younger brothers to join FFA, and so it's quickly family tradition. But FFA to me truly means finding your home and finding your people. Through FFA, I've been able to find my future career, find some of my best friends, and truly experience opportunities I never would have experienced otherwise. I've been able to travel the nation in a couple of different states and truly embody every single aspect of the Living to Serve motto and growing and serving my community.
Well, being here from Lebanon and having this for so many years now in Indiana, and we know it's going to be in Indiana for the future, why do you think Indiana is such a good place for all of these students to come from around the country?
I absolutely love convention being in Indiana. I've had the opportunity to come to convention multiple times because of how local it is, and I believe having in Indianapolis offers the perfect experience because of the different cuisine we have, the hotel, the convenience. Everything is so connected. I know National FFA has built an amazing partnership with Indiana and the city of Indianapolis to continue growing and bringing more than 70,000 FFA members in every single year, and FFA members always try to upstate every single value and make sure that we're representing FFA with pride and passion.
Yeah, well, the last few seconds I have you guys, this is super cool. Only a handful of students get to be part of this. It's a Speakers Ag Pioneer. What does that mean?
Yes, so the Speak Ag Pioneer program is ran by the National FFA organization. And so it offers state officers from across the state the opportunity to apply for this program and become an advocate for agriculture within their state. Whether that's hosting workshops, posting on social media, or working with Wrangler, one of our partners, to create social media content. We are truly growing in every skill that we have and advocating for agriculture in every single step. And I'm so grateful to work alongside such a talented team.
Very cool. A lot of leadership opportunities that you're getting from this, which we love to see. Guys, we've got a whole lot more to talk about, including how this is all, what Visit Indy has to say about what this does to the city, and a little bit more about the impact to FFA members coming up tonight at 5. Felicia?
Okay, it'll be cool to cover. It's a huge impact, so always good to see our youth too with their jackets on. Jenna, thank you so much. Lots of big things happening there. All right, Dustin.
Right now, food pantries across Indiana and the country are bracing for the fallout as food stamps are set to stop flowing in just a few days. With the federal government shutdown nearing the 1-month mark, federal SNAP benefits will pause starting next month. So the question is, who will be impacted by this? Let's take a look at the numbers. When you look at nationwide, you got 42 million recipients on SNAP benefits. That's about 22 million households across the country, which represents about 12% of the population. Now, when you zoom in and look at the Indiana numbers, about 600,000 Hoosiers are getting these benefits. Almost 275,000 Hoosier households and 8.5% of Indiana's population. Those are the folks who are relying on this and who are trying to figure out what they're going to do if these benefits stop. And as you can see right here, food pantries like this one in Lafayette, they're posting messages, "We're here to help," offering a link and phone number. That's Food Finders, which serves 16 counties across west and central Indiana. And state lawmakers are also working on a proposal right now to do something at the state level. Our Emily Longnecker will have that part of the story coming up at 4:30.
All right, thanks, Dustin. And I'm joining Sean in the Weather Center because of our other big story today, Hurricane Melissa. Sean, and yesterday it was a Category 4 storm, and Category 5 during the storm was actually making its way through Jamaica, where it was a 5. I mean, that was really the brunt of the impact there for that island nation.
Strongest, one of the strongest landfalling hurricanes on record. Weakened now, and it's picking up steam, and we're going to get this thing out to sea here quickly. I want to show you where it is right now. Category 2, max wind at 100 miles per hour. And it's moving over some of the Bahamian Islands, moving northeast rather quickly. And in about 24 hours, it'll be out over the open water. Thank goodness, good riddance. And there you go. That thing zips up to the northeast and stays well away from the U.S. mainland. But unfortunately, some big time damage in Jamaica.
Okay, well, we'll continue to track that along with our network partners. And Michael Yoshida has more now on Melissa and the death and devastation that it's leaving in its wake.
Jamaica devastated by Hurricane Melissa.
Hospitals have been affected, schools have been affected, police stations, fire stations.
The massive storm causing extensive damage to the southwestern part of the island.
In our breadbasket, where our economy depends heavily on agriculture, that parish is devastated. The capital of St. Elizabeth, Black River, has been totally destroyed.
More than 75% of Jamaica public service customers across the country were without power Tuesday, with thousands of people filling emergency shelters. Around 25,000 tourists also still stranded with major airports closed.
I was just in pure survival mode. Make sure my kids are, and my wife and my parents and my aunt just have step 1, step 2, step 3 of if this happens, we're doing this. If this happens, we're doing this. It didn't come to that. Other places aren't so fortunate.
Cuba also suffering, quote, significant damage according to the country's president, with the government saying overflowing rivers cut off more than 140,000 people from the rest of the island. And in Haiti, 25 people killed when a flooded river burst its banks, a local mayor said. Now other countries, including the Bahamas, bracing for impacts as Melissa continues to move through the Atlantic. Wednesday, the United Kingdom deploying more than $3 million in emergency humanitarian funding to aid the recovery of Caribbean islands battered by the storm. The United States also committing recovery and rescue teams to the area. In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
All right, other news now. We have a new text messaging scam to warn you about today. You may have already gotten this. The Indiana BMV says this scam strongly mimics their mobile website. Looks very much like the real thing. It says you've got unpaid traffic violations or tolls and need to pay immediately, and then it provides that link down there where you're supposed to pay. But here's how you know this is a scam. Remember, the BMV does not collect those particular fees. Also, it's telling you that you need to pay immediately. Anytime you get an urgent request like that, that should be a red flag. Plus, if you look really closely, you'll notice the web link does not end in .gov, so it's not the real BMV website. So when these things pop up, ignore them. Don't click on the links. Delete, delete, delete.
Okay, friends, I hope you're excited because we certainly are.
Yes.
As we head into week 9 of the NFL season, Colts sitting in at 7-1.
Sitting on top. The Colts head to Pittsburgh this week to face off with the Steelers. Dom was at the Colts complex today. Dom, what's the team saying about this matchup? It's going to be a little tougher than the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't take much. I think my youth team could be tougher than the Titans. Anyway, another measuring stick type game coming up here on Sunday, right? Kind of like the Chargers was earlier in the season. Pittsburgh Steelers, no slouch. On the road, hostile environment. Those terrible towels are going to be waving. Not going to be fun. Pretty dang good football team, too, all right? 4-3 are the Steelers atop the AFC North Division. And, of course, 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers under center for the black and gold, the man who seemingly doesn't age and is an enigma for sure and is leading a pretty good season for Pittsburgh as well. Obviously, they'll present some challenges, but this Colts offense is a load to handle itself, all right? Make no mistake about it. They're showing no signs of slowing down. Daniel Jones spoke to us regarding the challenge the Steelers present, while head coach Shane Steichen knows all too well what the future Hall of Fame signal caller is about.
One of the best to do it for sure of all time. So still can throw the crap out of it. Makes really good decisions. So we got to do a great job, with our coverages on the back end and our pass rush, because he can still do it at a high level. So we just got to be ready to go.
We're looking forward to it. Anytime you're going on the road and playing in a big game like this, you prepare for it, prepare for the communication aspect of it, making sure we're all on the same page. But it'll be a fun environment. We're looking forward to getting out there.
Fun's certainly an adjective. We will be out there in Pittsburgh, and we'll see how much fun we'll be having. We'll see how the Colts do and recap the reaction. Jacob's shaking his head. He's a Steelers fan over here. We'll be back previewing this one at 5 and 6. Maybe we should have a bet going this week.
Okay, I'll bet Jacob's got a towel, too.
Yeah, I bet he does.
You got to watch out for those things.
Yeah, he's just shaking his head.
Yeah, he's ready to rock.
Jacob, we used to like you. Yeah. We used to have no issues with you.
It should be fun, though.
Yeah.
We'll preview this one.
Thank you so much, Dom. We appreciate it.
Sean?
All right, Sean.
All right, we're going to switch it over here. It's been a very interesting weather day because we cover so much ground in our viewing area. This is what it's been like all day long in Bloomington. Wet, breezy, and chilly as well, with this batch of rain that's trying its best to get into the metro area, and it's going to make it, I believe. You can see there soggy stuff from Martinsville, Franklin, and Greenwood. And we've had some sunshine farther to the north, and that's beginning to break down a little bit there in Lafayette and Marion. The bottom line, what we want you to know here, this evening is going to be a wet one and very breezy too. Look at the contrast in temperatures from near 60 in Monticello and Peru, where it's been in the mid-40s all day long. And not only that, I mentioned the wind. We've got a wind chill in Richmond of 37, and it feels closer to 40 degrees there. That's some pretty miserable weather with that wind that's going to be sustained between 15 and 25 through the evening into your commute tomorrow morning. We're going to break down that commute, Halloween forecast, a little tweak to the weekend coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll see you then. Allison.
Well, late this afternoon, the Federal Reserve made a decision that could impact your money. Ahead, I'll tell you what's the deal, plus how to prepare for those future cuts.
And the reason people who pay for Obamacare coverage may soon experience sticker shock after the break.